What is up, losers? Hold on. I gotta fix this music a little bit. What is up? Where is my game? There it is. What's up, losers? There, grab that. Turn it down a smidge. What's up? How's the academic comeback going? I didn't stream this weekend because I was watching the Super Bowl and I was sick as fuck. I've been sick. My academic comeback was last week. I do have a test tomorrow, but fuck it, we ball. The whizlock's more important, right? Drake May let us down. It was tough. It was tough. I don't think Drake May played a very good game. I also call me a conspiracy theorist. I think his shoulder was fucked up. Drake May cannot play QB and O-line. I mean, the offensive line was terrible. Drake May missed like a lot of open throws. I think his shoulder was more fucked up than he let on. He looked like to be in pain throwing the ball, and he missed throws that he had not missed all year. I thought Drake May's shoulder was fucked up. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I think DraftKings went in and separated his shoulder. Dude, but the other thing is, like, I remember when the Patriots lost to the Eagles that one year, I was, like, distraught. To the Nick Foles Eagles. Because they should not have lost that game. The Patriots were the worst team in that game. 100%. The Seahawks were really good. They got pressure on every single down. I mean, like, the Patriots like, fucking couldn't get a first. They had, for a lot of the game, they had more punts than first downs. I mean, they just got fucked. Halftime was a great performance with bad music. Okay, and it's hard to say this because, like, it has nothing to do with politics. I didn't think Bad Bunny was a good performer in the sense of, like, the music was bad. Like, and it's, I don't know, the way he's, like, the songs are, they're not songs that translate to, like, a really good, like, live performance, if that makes sense. I always feel like, you have to be, like, a really talented vocal artist to, like, be great in the Super Bowl, and I did not think he was, like, had a great voice. I don't know. I also think it's hard to have that kind of, like, music when it's not, you know, like, I feel like I need to be inebriated in a bar to enjoy Bad Bunny. I don't know. I'm also just not really a big fan of Bad Bunny, you know. I really wanted them to get up there and start playing the Eterna City music. get some Pokemon music. Thoughts on Imagine Dragons? Imagine dragging these balls across your face. Bazinga. Okay. Who's your 2027 halftime pick? I mean, it's the obvious pick. It's what everyone's saying. I want Dream from popular Minecraft speedrunner Dream to sing That's What the Mask Is. I mean, I think that's what, like, I don't know. Not to be a fence-sitting normie answer, but I definitely think it's that. So, what we were doing today, I mean, I think people are here, right? I pinged the Discord. I've given them enough time. So, we lost the second arc Wizlocke. But I don't think it was necessarily, like, a secret that the second arc Wizlocke was a little boring. I think Mirror Lake was fun. That was a fun stream. But everything else we kind of dunked on. And we kind of ran into this problem of, like, you either would take on a fun or risky fight, or there was two strategies. There were two wolves inside of us. Where it was like, you either take on a risky fight, right, which is fun, but there were so many resources available to us. Like, the answer for every fight would have been to go, like, set and make a pet, which I think isn't cool. I don't like the fact that, like, you can, and I also don't like the fact of, like, you know, it's a misplay if you don't go grind for 30 hours to get, like, marginal gear improvements. So we are going back towards more of the OG Wizlocke rule set. Now, there are a couple of downsides to this. A is that it's going to be really fucking hard. I honestly don't know if it's possible with this rule set. All the rules are in the description, and if you're on Twitch, they are, if you type exclamation rules, they'll come up. But we're doing, again, if you die or flee, it's game over. I'm banning Bazaar gear, which I think is a little controversial, right? But I think, here's the thing. Here's what I want to bring back into the rule set. Is like, the idea, the original, why we made the Wizlocke was to make a first arc Deathless challenge that didn't revolve around grinding. It kind of turned into eventually like a way more sadistic challenge with all the rules we implemented. But like, the original idea was just to make it fun and not like baby mode easy where you just go grind for gear for like 30 hours. Because that's not fun, okay? The Chrono streams are like the worst Wish streams I've ever done. I was really not enjoying them. And I think we can all agree with that. So, buying gear from the Bazaar is not allowed. You can buy everything else, like treasure cards and everything. And then intentional gear farming is banned. So, you can run a dungeon once. Say I want to go do waterworks, right? Side quests are allowed. So, I can go complete the waterworks side quest, run it once, get one drop. But I can't go farm it like 10 times to get all the best gear. Right? Pet hatching is banned. I thought pet hatching was really lame. It really slowed down everything. The answer to everything became to make a setting pet, which sucks. That's really boring. I did not like that. Maycast pets were also kind of broken and just like really introduced RNG to the challenge. I didn't think was very fun. Crown shop still banned. I banned gardening and fishing. I don't really think gardening and fishing have much of a, like, anything. I mean, they were just like, the answer for a lot of stuff became go farm for a 60 plot of couch potatoes and fucking sit around and like wait to make a really good pet so the fight's easier, which like I think is outside of the spirit of the Wizlocke. Level locks are the same. 50 Celestia, 60 Zafaria, so on. Solo everything, no e-girl begging. Housing tours and player ports are allowed. There's certain things like I almost want to allow those in like the OG Wizlocke. Because I think, like, being able to port to the Arcanum to buy monstrous TCs is better than just waiting at the Bazaar for them to show up. And it's, like, again, the answer to, like, not having enchants, the optimal play is just to sit in the Bazaar for 2 hours and wait for them to show up, which I think is lame. No polymorphs. I don't really think that's never going to change. And then side worlds are allowed, but they're the same as side quests. So the way we're limiting how good side quests can be, if you want to do a side quest to get, like, some gear or some reagent or some drop or some gold or whatever, you can do it. But if you over level your level cap, you lose. So you can only do so many side quests. So we can go run things like Waterworks, but we can't just like go do all of Winter Tusk to over level. I think that's fair. And then Archmastery has to be allowed. Again, we might have to tinker with this rule set, but I think it is way fucking harder, okay? Oh, and the other big rule. This is the big rule. This is the big rule change. So to start, you use a level 50 elixir, but you must spin the wheel of all 7 schools. Which, again, I think part of the problem was we played Death. And I love Death, okay? I think probably to still beat this challenge, it's going to revolve around playing Death. But, like, Death when you gear farm was, like, really fucking boring, okay? We knew we were going to... There was, like, half the world you cannot lose to, okay? We probably would have moonwalked through Khrysalis if I hadn't thrown to Kronos. So... You spin the wheel. And again, this also implements a new fun thing where it's like, if I die, I am losing $50 per run to King's Isle, my #1 op. So it's like, you know, how about you let yourself buy 1 Bazaar gear piece per world? I don't want to buy any Bazaar gear. I think it takes away from the fun of like getting a good gear drop. And it also adds like, I think what was really fun, my idea that'll be really fun, is like, we go do Waterworks at 60, and it's gambling, right? And you probably have a high likelihood of dying, but if you can pull it off, you have the chance of getting really cool gear, right? So it's like fun risk versus reward aspects to it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm trying to get back to, is like, less time grinding, because grinding sucks, it's not fun. More difficult fights. Dude, because if we had beat the second arc, dude, the first Wizlocke took us 40 fucking tries. How lame would it have been if I would have beat that first try, right? The video would have sucked. This is so much better. Now, I don't even know if this rule set's possible. I'm leaning towards it's not. Especially, I mean, it's probably possible on some of the schools, but I feel like we're going to be punting quite a few runs if we get bad schools. So hopefully we can figure some stuff out. It was also just like, there was, Mirror Lake was kind of a good fight. Mirror Lake was sick, okay? But like, it wasn't that sick. And then every other final world we kind of just dunked on. You know? Okay. Here we go. The wheel. I even color-coded it. Look at my good streamer. Good streamer. Everyone's favorite streamer. Now, this, like, determines the entire run, basically. So, you know? What do we want? What do we... I mean, obviously we want death. I think... Do I take death off of this? I'm not going to take death off of this. If I get death, I'll probably respawn. We'll probably do real respins if we get the school we played last. Because that's just going to be boring. Fire or Storm suck, but they're fun because you play fast. Myth, sneaky good. Life, Ice, Myth, probably the best. I probably want Life 1, probably Ice 2, Myth 3. Although Myth and Ice I think are pretty interchangeable. I just don't want balance. Anything but fucking balance, and I'm there. Anything but balance, and I'm content. All right. We're getting trolled. We're getting trolled. GG's. GG's. Fuck. It. Okay. What do we call our wizard? What is the name? Preferably something we're not going to get too attached for, because kiss goodbye $50. That's tough. That's tough. Hey, but here's the thing now of like, if we can get past like Celestia, it's still kind of cool, right? You know, maybe, dude, Stormlord's pretty good. Right? I don't really want to ban people because I feel like this is gonna be like probably fucked up. I like naming them after like real people. I think that's a good bit. Who's someone who has like some relation to Storm in real life? Something close to Maria Curie? Sure, you know what? Get as close as we can to Maria Curie. There is no Maria. Oh no, there is. Is there a... Fuck! What I wanted. Maria... Curse? Cure? Sure, fuck it. Is there like poison? Radiation? Maria poison cure? That's almost fucked up though. Whatever, we'll go with Maria Curie after Maria Curie. This just proves I'm a feminist icon.
Well, hello.
How'd you die on the last run? I died trying to farm Cronus. But I changed the rules. I made this challenge way harder again. Because I think if I had beaten it again, I was just like, I think the thing about the Wizlocke is like, it's fun that you should lose, right? And I think if I had just beaten it first try with like 3 total hard fights, probably wouldn't have been cool. It wasn't even like, I don't even think it was like necessarily the Bazaar. It was more like, I put on crowns on this account, right? Can you just buy the level 50 elixir? Can I just buy, is this gonna fuck anything up if I just buy it right now? I've never bought this. This is actually like the stupidest thing I've ever done. I can just buy this. This you have to type abracadabra to purchase this? Oh god. I don't know if I'm gonna allow myself. Holy shit, this is laggy. Should I allow myself to use this gear? Is it overpowered or anything? $30 damage, 15 resist. No, this gear sucks. I'm gonna use it. I mean, I can't go into Celestia naked. Right? Oh, it gives you all the spells and shit, too? Wait, this is crazy. Okay. Don't do this. This isn't an ad for King's Isle. It doesn't even fill your fucking energy up. That has to be the cheapest shit ever. Ooh, do I go... Actually, I was thinking about that. Do I just go run... Whatever the hell it's called? I could go run Zeus right now. That'd be kind of fun. What? Is the deck decent at least? The deck's pretty good, actually. I can't even hate on that deck. Actually kind of fire. Hold on. Fuck it. Let's go do Zeus. If we die, we just reset. It's so simple. It's actually a genius idea. I mean, I could go fight Mali one time and see if I get a gear drop. That would be allowed. What is this pet? Oh, it doesn't even give you the fucking star. I don't even get the Willcast pet. Wait, that's actually fucked. Is there any way I can get the Willcast pet? No Willcast pet's fucked. I want Large Luna. No? Shit. Okay. Alright, let's go try to kill fucking Zeus. Are these all the spells? God, I don't even... It only gives you 20k gold, too? What? I don't think it'll let you. I mean, isn't the quest... It's a main storyline quest, right? I mean, we are level 50. We're 14 levels higher than we were at the end of the other Storm Wizlocke. Oh, maybe he will give it to you. Nope. I don't know what the fuck that is. It doesn't even do the crafting quest for you. Okay, this is a fucking scam. Alright, let's go try to kill Zeus, I guess. Let's just go kill fucking Zeus, I guess, and probably lose. Storm and Ice are probably the hardest for Arc 2 because of Mirror Lake, 4v1s without Mass Prism. Yeah, but you could just buy TC Prism. Storm's definitely still hardest still. I think Ice is pretty good, though. Dude, Ice just gets a lot of base resist, which is kind of fire. Alright, let's go try to kill Zeus. Boop, boop. Dude, my accuracy's fucking terrible. Okay. Let's make sure we have everything. It doesn't even give you this shit. Top 10 scams of all time. Alright. Let's try to make a deck. Ooh, that's pretty fire. Yo, that's pretty good. I'm actually gonna bring lightning strikes. At least we have Stormlords. So we have to train life, right? Bring Wally. The Twitch title's about Minecraft. Fuck. Hold on, I'll fix it. That's on me, gang. We have to train life. There's no if, ands, or buts. I need Feint. But I really need Satyr. Is Feint more important than Satyr? Do Z quests? I think we try to go kill Zeus without having a Z quest completed. And then if we lose, you know? If we take the L, then we take the L. Triangle accurate. Yeah. Did you guys hear that pipe? No? Fuck. I don't know. It should be fixed. Definitely wants... Yeah, let's go for Feint. Fine. If we can survive... I guess we'll have enough to go pretty far into life as well. Boo, 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 boo. Don't fix to pipes, plumber boy? What? Are we gonna bring Wally out against Zeus? We might have to. It might have to happen. What do you need, Satyr? Seraph? Armor. Armor. Or one short. Alright, let's go at least do this Wizard City Z quest, I guess. This deck is already cooked. Alright. Why is spirit armor so useless? It just doesn't, it's like, makes no sense. It's such a first arc spell. Like, honestly, in the first arc, it's not terrible. I mean, it's still bad. It's still really bad, but it makes sense, at least, like, the numbers a little bit. If this was, like, 5 hundo, it would make sense as a first arc spell. The problem is, like, absorbs don't scale. As damage, as you start to get, like, hundreds of damage, you don't get, like, hundreds of absorb buff. So, like, you're locked on per pip absorb when, like, other damage gets, like, 100x'd. By the time you train Spirit Armor, it's just worse than using a Pixie. Not really. I mean, it's like... I don't know, it just doesn't really fit into the game very well. But I don't think... I mean, there is some use for it before you start getting, like, outgoing heal. And then it never makes sense to absorb. They are both 400. Yeah, but you get the advantage of, like, being able to do this without having to take damage. You know? It would be cool if this, like, if you had, say you had, like, 50 base resist. I don't know how you would do it, though. Maybe, like, the resist you have per your school multiplies that or some shit. Then it could be useful. They're good, and, like, I think they have some use in, like, the decathlons and stuff, too. Again, if, like, you don't have outgoing damage, they can, like, kind of maybe make sense. Not really, but... they're not the most useless thing ever. Absorb is tied to how much mana you have. Finally, the maxed mana build will be meta. I've been waiting for years.
Have you learned what happened to the medical against Private O'Doyle in the shopping district like
XPip attacks, though, at least in a Wizlocke setting, are ass. Tempest gets, like, a little bit more utility, because, like... you can, I'm gonna mark here, actually, because I'm gonna come back here to fight Zeus. Tempest is, like, cool to have, like, a 2-pip AoE. But even then, it's, like, a lot of the time, you end up not wanting to use all your pips, and then you're forced to, and it cucks you. But, like, you're only... Tempest is just as a byproduct of having no... like, being an X attack, it has to be a finishing spell. If you use a Tempest and you don't kill, you just are completely out of ammo, and you're fucked. But, like, there's a lot of times where you want to, like, heal or attack and then heal. And Tempest just goes, nah, you're not allowed to do that. Not today. This is like attempt 1 of this rule set, basically. It's my second attempt, but my last run was a lot different rules, a lot easier. Fire cat. Be cat meow. Next time, check in before you pull up to Cyclops Lane. What? Of all the 3 streets, Cyclops Lane is definitely the most suburban. You can't be making me check in before I go to Cyclops at Lane. Because the average Zillow value is 7 figures. Colossus. Ooh, it might auto-complete Colossus Boulevard for you, actually. Thanks, Sableye. Whatever. Let me in. The fuck is the teleporter? Talk to Zekington. Tell me how a level 104 tells me they can't learn potent yet. Like, go delete your account, kid. It's like, I don't think it's that deep. Dude, I remember, like, even, like, when Darkmoor was, like, the prime dungeon, the amount of people that would, like, go try to do Darkmoor and not even, like, know what an enchant is was insane. I was trying to help be a good person, but people don't listen, man. Not everyone who plays this game knows any... Like, the average person who plays this game, I guess it's different now. But, like, there are people that play this game, like, pretty consistently and don't know anything about it. I still get comments from people who, like, will try to explain mechanics to me and just be wrong. I actually have had like several comments on my Wizlocke video explaining to me that like wizards have built-in resist and boosts, which has just never been true. I've had people try to tell me like, oh, you should play life because, or like life is bad because the hardest fights in the first arc are all death and they naturally boost on you like it's Pokemon, which is just never once been true. There's just not built-in resist or boost in this game. Or at least for the wizard. I just made my first 60 plot for Mega Snacks. I'm getting there. That is like, I think there are certain achievements that like categorize you as a wizard. I think that's one of them. I think if you've ever made a stack plot of couch potatoes, you're too far gone. Tell me how that loser kid doesn't get muted for cursing in the game, but I do. I'm gonna be honest. I've known you for about 5 comments now. You seem pretty hostile. I'm gonna be honest. I think I could just look up your chat history, and I feel like maybe you come off a little bit more hostile than you think you do. I'm gonna be honest. I think I have the same problem, too. I think I am at times too mean to chat, which, like, you guys deserve it. But sometimes I watch back parts of stream when I'm, like, annoyed at something you guys are doing, and I'm like, wow. Alright, maybe I was a little mean. Maybe I am a little mean sometimes.
You're about to enter a dungeon. You're about to enter.
I definitely feel like there's a lot of times where, like, an individual in chat deserves it. And I take it out on the collective. What's up, James? Alright, I don't really have a strat for this. I should definitely at least go by enchants. I don't know why I went into this dungeon. Okay, so Hephaestus has that cringe-ass natural attack. Oh no, I'm thinking of Ares, not the spell Hephaestus. He has that cringe-ass natural attack. And then he's pretty much just like fire damage. Fire and death damage, which is kind of weird. I'm only really worried about getting fire shield for him, though. And then his myth. Oh, you have a Death Shield minion though. Maybe I grab a couple Death Shields. What the fuck? Oh, I added a slash. Dude. I like 10 of those. And then Zeus is myth with a what minion? What is the Minotaur Warrior? Is he double? Oh, it's myth ice. Okay. Probably only really worried about myth there as well, to be honest. Grab legend shields. Alright. And then I need to go port to the Arcanum to get enchants. No, Zeus is myth, which kind of makes sense because, like, he's like Greek mythology, you know? It would make more sense if he was Storm, though. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the dorm. Wow, my dungeon didn't close too. That's pretty sweet. Alright, give me like 50 of them. Maybe this pet will get a Willcast, Copium. It's kind of crazy they just don't give you the Willcast pet. Kind of a huge L. Epic starting hand. Ugh. I should, like, start bringing shields to these fights again. I kind of, like, forgot that I can't just drain to full health. I should have went and bought an accuracy thing, too. An accuracy triangle. Just gets one shot first fight. That's not a great start. All the rules are different. Every single one of them. It is kind of scaring me this guy has 27,000 pips. Wow. That's toxic. I didn't even add Faint to my deck. Oh, I did. Never mind. I lied. Alright. That fight was definitely a little bit of a wake-up call. I gotta remember, you gotta actually shield on Storm. You are made of wet paper towel. Ooh. I lost my death run and then I changed the rules because it wasn't very fun. It was a little too easy. Only get easy after you lost. I mean, I realistically just should not have went and fought whatever the hell his name was. You should have not went and done the Aquila secret boss. I mean, the Kronos boss was really bad RNG. But, like, it was also just, like, me not wanting to farm. If I had gotten up, you know, and spent the time to get the 3 more accuracy, which I could have done, I wouldn't have lost to a 3% fizzle, but, like, whatever. This rule set, it's definitely way harder than the first arc. I'm fizzling everything, man. With this rule set, it's definitely way harder. Storm does get big damage number. Can't take that away from them.
This Legion token also reduces in size as you approach. You store it carefully.
Tremble in your robes, wizard, and prepare yourself for defeat.
Dude, this fight's gonna be hard too. Probably should have actually brought mist shields. I don't know, I kind of wanted to ban crafting. Part of me wants to ban it. I think the hard part is if you ban crafting, there's like no chance that you like crafting at least provides you some base level of gear. I think this actually kills most of them. Hopefully. Or else we're kind of cooked. The problem is the challenge is going to end up being, is Winter Tusk crafted good gear enough to beat Arc 2? What? Easy game. The problem is the challenge is gonna end up being, is Winter Tusk crafted good enough to beat Arc 2? I don't think so, because you're gonna have to get wands and rings and other things from other places. You're also gonna want to get like run all the dungeons once to see if you can get cool drops, right? I will just port to the Winter Tusk gear crafted. I don't have to quest through Winter Tusk. What is it? Left, right, middle? What's the puzzle again? Left, right, middle. I mean, it's cool because I think what, like, the problem became that, like, once I had a good strategy figured out for Waterworks, the act of running Waterworks 10 times till I got exactly everything I wanted was boring as fuck. And it also, like, incentivized me to, like, wait to do stuff till it was really easy. And then just moonwalk through it, which I don't think is fun. I think this challenge incentivizes me to, like, do all the fun stuff, which is, like, figuring out the strat to beat it once. And then, you know, not having to just run it over and over. I have no idea what Tower of the Elephant drops. I got no clue. No idea. But, like, Waterworks will definitely be worth it to go do. Especially on, like, a storm. I'm just gonna do this and pass into a Tempest. Did you know that Stefan Diggs has more? Okay. Didn't he have like... He had a huge catch at the end. Part of the thing that's like, I don't know. I think part of the problem you're going to have with the second arc is like, even if I was playing on a storm, and like with this super restrictive rule set, you can't get around the fact that like there's just going to be so much blading into AoEing. There are like so many portions of the game that are just so boring. You know? It was like kind of one of the things that was like really discouraging to me about the second arc Wizlocke all along. Like, fuck, bro. I do not want to just blade into AoE for 10 hours. I don't know what we're on. I don't know what we're on. I don't think you can argue. I mean, I think you can argue that King Zhao is predatory. I don't think it's a scam. It's just not really the right definition. Secret boss? The thing is, I think I would be allowed to, like, cause there's a quest for the secret boss, I could, like, go take the quest and try to do one run of Gladiator. I think that's fair. I think that's within the spirit of the rules. I'll probably allow that. I do think there's a point, though, where, like, King Zhao hate, and I kind of fall victim to this as well. Where it's, like, at a certain point, it just isn't productive. I think if you just, like, get to the point where you demonize everything they do, and just, like, the game's terrible, I hate it, it, like, makes you, when you do have a valid criticism or something that should actually be changed, it kind of just, like, I don't know. You kind of turn into the boy who cried wolf. I hate King Zhao. I've never taken money from King Zhao. But I do think there's also, like, things they get hated on for that just, like, don't really make sense to me. I also think you have to, like, realize, like, who's really, especially after the acquisition and everything. Like, I think a lot of, like, I don't know. You just see a lot of people, like, go after, like, Ratbeard for, like, spell audits, or like, you know, Pirate 101 getting abandoned, and it's like, that was not, you're shooting the wrong, you know, that's just some dev who's trying to do his job. Like, he's actually really not calling the shots. It's not like Ratbeard wakes up and is just like, I'm gonna, you know what we're gonna do? New Spellment pack. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids, bro. Ratbeard is rude, but I also think you have to look at it from the perspective of, like, having a little bit of empathy. Because I don't think a lot of people, like, when you type a message in a live chat, and I totally used to do this, and I only know this now because I stream, but it's like, people are rude to Ratbeard first. If Ratbeard is reactionarily rude, it doesn't make it okay, but, like, I also have a lot of sympathy for him, considering, like, just go look at the chat in a KI Live, you know? I'm not saying he should have a level of professionalism where he shouldn't tell people to, like, stop being little bitches or whatever he did. But then again, I get it, you know? They egg him on a lot. Well, you're also, like... the average person who comments on something about this game is wrong and stupid. Completely. The average idea that the WIZARD101 person has for, like, how they want this game to play is dumb. The vast majority of takes are garbage. Or just, like, not really realistic. Bottom line, don't do customer service. That's the other thing, is, like, I don't think a lot of, like, he's like the... What kind of dev is he? He's like the... I don't know what his actual job title is. But, like, the average, that's not usually a thing that happens. I actually think KingsIsle is pretty open about a lot of stuff in a way that a lot of other games aren't. Head of game design? I don't think most head of game design people are usually customer facing at all. I could be wrong. KingsIsle, he's game design? Like, I don't usually think... I mean, that wasn't a thing until relatively recently. That KI even did that. Dude, I have a lot of takes that are dumb about this game. I also have a lot of stuff that I want to see in this game because there's things about this game that I like more and I think are, you know... I'm a really big fan of school identity. But I think I would, if I had my way to, like, recreate this game in a vacuum, I would make school identity really strong. And I would probably make it suck for the average, you know, PvP player. Or the average, you know, PvE player who doesn't want, you know, who wants a more casual experience. What are my dumb takes? I think spell events are stupid. Which I think is, like, kind of oversimplified. I definitely think there's, like, cool aspects of spell events that I don't give credit to, because I think the whole process of getting them stupid and I don't want to do it. I hate the way the new gear sets work. I think, like, I hate the way gear... I hate gear in general in this game now, to be honest. Dude, I could write... one of these days, I'm going to do it. I'm going to write, like, economic paper on KingsIsle. I'm going to do it. I think there's such a misunderstanding. Like, every time people talk about the paywall, it's just, like... I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding of, like... just everything. I'm going to do it. I'm going to write an econ paper. The economics of WIZARD101. 6-hour video essay. Academic peer-reviewed paper. The thing is, like, the way gear works now is there's a million sets at the top levels. And they all, like, I hate the way you have to farm gear. I liked when there was one meta set that would be every, like, at the end of every arc, and you would go farm it. And then maybe there was some weird, cool things where, like, oh, this hat from this Exalted dungeon has really good crit, but it's like it's a noticeable trade-off. And unless you were going for some, like, weird specific build, or you had some other reason, like, it wasn't, you know... Like, I think the way gear works at level 100 is so much better. where Darkmoor is the best gear, right? And then there's some supplementary stuff, right? Like the what's the oh, I got this guy. Like I was thinking like from a death, right? There's the Rattlebones robe and Crocopatra hat that can be like a little bit better. There's trade-offs there. Maybe, I don't know. But Deathron died. I died to Cronus. I kind of threw. Not gonna lie. But it's okay. It was boring anyways. Listen to the copium. At least we boost on him. Oh, I need snakes in case you Storm Shield. Can I go first? Sick. What a game. Fight Cronus again? Yeah, on a level 50 Storm. Let me at him. I really don't think this game is bad. I actually think all things considered, this game's pretty good. Very good, even, I'd say. I also think, like, the majority of things people complain about just, like, aren't really applicable to, like, the actual, like, large... Or, like, at least what people complain about in, like, Wiz live streams are not applicable to, like, 98% of the fan base. The core problems with this game are that it gets really repetitive at times. And it's, like, it moves really slow. I think that would be, like, actually, if you want to, like, talk about making this game better, you should find a way to, like, maybe make those things better. But then even then, it's just, like, the game's built around repetitive gameplay. Like, what are you going to do? It's a slow-moving card game at the end of the day. I don't know what you could change about that. I actually think, like, the amount of people that play this game where, like, weird spellman audits and things, like, affect them is so small. But, like, what are you going to do to the second arc? Like, you could cut a bunch of stuff out, but we know they're not going to do... I mean, they've already shortened the second arc a lot. Again, to give Kings Out credit, you know? A lot of the defeat and collect quests have been nerfed into the ground. The health totals for a lot of fights have been nerfed into the... Like, the game moves so much faster. And it's still just really slow. It's still just way too much defeating and collecting. And it also, like, I don't think you're ever going to fix... Like, with how AoEs work in this game, they're never going to, like, change... It's just... I don't know. To fix, like, the actual problems I have with this game, like, or, like, the core problems of this game, it would require you to, like, completely rebuild it. And that's never going to happen, so, like, I don't know. Did I one-shot both of them? Oh, easy game. If I get Zeus gear, it probably isn't better than what I have. I can't... Okay, cool. I don't even know why I fought Zeus. I probably should have just not... Whatever. Okay. I'm not even going to turn this quest in because I don't want to accidentally overlevel. I'm probably good to do it, though. No, I won't do it. I'll hold off. Let's go do this. This is all skippable now, right? We got the Sky Iron, which is the big thing we want. Gotta go sell stuff. But WIZARD101 functions as a live service. And you look at the cost it was acquired for, it was very clearly acquired as a live service game. So, like, it's never gonna, they're never gonna not have a membership. Can I sell this here? 15 Olympian dust? Is that a lot? I guess I might as well keep it. 5 storm accuracy. Pretty good. Pretty solid. Is there anything else I should do? Is there anything else I can do before just going on? I don't think so. I think the main issue comes from KI calling the game free when it's not free. Yeah. It's just like that. This game's from an era where that was like so commonplace. Where like free-to-play never meant free-to-play in that era. Like pre-Fortnite free-to-play is so much different than actual free-to-play, you know? I don't know. I'm broken record, let's be honest. You wouldn't tell me shit in my face, buddy. Your name is Emerald Man. If you don't like my comment, ignore it. I'm just trying to save people from KI. Just gonna... do that. Just gonna do that. Just gonna ban him. I don't know. I don't know. That was like one of the more hostile, like, chats I've ever seen. I don't know. I don't want to like ban. I usually don't ban people, bro, but at a certain point, it's just like you're a bot. Like, I don't know. I do think though that is like very representative of like a decent sized like population of people who play this game. And I actually think those people are probably worse than just whales who like, you know, I almost think it's better for the game to be a King's Isle Glazer. Just have like you know, like, no, I think at times I'm like too critical of this game, which is like I still liked it. I really do like this game. I think it's a fun game. I think it's a game that like a lot of people could pick up and really enjoy still. Like, yeah, parts of it are like not good and it's boring and it's like some stuff that King's Isle does that's like beyond stupid. But like, I think you have to be open to a little bit more nuance than I'm gonna go into WIZARD101. I don't know. Maybe I'm paid off. Maybe I'm shilling at this point. The game never used to be challenging. I think that's fundamentally not true. This game has always been easy. Did like 7-pip AoEs, the audit where they gave everyone a 7-pip AoE, like streamline how this game was played? Yes, 100%. But like, even though the game was never hard. Like if Malistaire had 10k health instead of 8k health, it changes nothing about that fight. It's also like, if you played this game, even at this game's absolute hardest, even at prime Darkmoor, if you had a group of 4 people who knew what they were doing, you could moonwalk through it. Like, I don't know. There's been some... Darkmoor was pretty hard. But even then, like, you just flee and come... I don't know. Difficulty in Wiz is so weird, though. Because, like, what do you mean, like, you know? I don't know how you make this game harder without making it insanely tedious.
Fascinating, but irrelevant.
Right? Like, what do you do? Like, if you buff health numbers, or if you, I don't know, you make stuff like do more damage, but then it's just like, I don't know what you do. PvP has always sucked in Wiz. That's just like, I don't know. I've never been a PvP fan in this game. These guys cheat, right? What is their cheat? I think I need towers for this, right? Or just make the enemies have actual strategy? Like, I don't know. I think it's like you want enemies blading into AoEs? I guess. But then again, if like an enemy has 5k more health than you and the AI was way better and they're just like buff stack into whatever and they have like they're good about like taking off your buffs, like I think you just lose. Like I don't know. Really, I think the most promising difficulty thing in this game. Can I sell these here? Can I sell anything I have? I'm so poor. Ooh, I can get another accuracy for this too. Alright, I should probably do that. Alright, we'll focus on just getting towers right now. I think the most promising, like, super fun, challenging gameplay I've experienced in this game is, the Wizlocke. Which I think is, like, very, I don't know, I think that's, like, honestly too extreme for, like, casual players to enjoy. But, Decathlon. I think Decathlon is so cool, and it utilizes the system so much better than just a card game. It's so much more fun. The most fun, if you've never played Decathlon, don't go play Decathlon. Things out doesn't really do shit with it. It's not like advertised or anything. But like if the most fun PvE experience you can have in this game, but outside of like self-imposed challenges, is 100% Decathlon. What is this thing's cheat? I can do that too. If Wizard casts a Blade or Damage global spell, then the first Shadow Weaver will cast Balance Blade on themselves. At the beginning of the first round and at the end of every second round, the second will interrupt cast Sandstorm. Okay, I think we just have to kill them fast. I think that's really what this comes down to. Kill them quickly. New strat on the storm. The gameplay is core is so basic. Enemy uses random spells that the only way they can make it hard was more health and damage. Yeah, but like I don't like. How do you fix that without fundamentally changing how the game's played? You know, like I don't. Like I think making it so that like. I don't know. I feel, at a certain point, it's like every game gets boring and repetitive after a while. I love Pokemon. That shit gets boring, right? And you either have to take it to the extreme of like where you need a spreadsheet to fucking play those, you know, super hard ROM hacks, or you just like you accept the fact that it's a little boring and maybe you like, you know. Rather than ripping the best meta team every time, you play with the funny looking, you know, duck Pokemon. You know, maybe it's a little worse. I don't know. Allow AI to trip buff stacks so people also have to shield. Yeah, but like, how does that doesn't make the game like a super satisfyingly not like very engaging card game. It just means you, like, cast a shield instead of, like, I don't, you know? I think it's okay that the base game is easy. Like, I don't know. You can also make the game incredibly hard if you want. If you want to make it, like, so that every fight is, like, you need insane strategies and RNG and everything to go your way, like, level lock yourself at level 2. Like, fuck it, you know? I don't know. Resource management in a group setting? Bro, I don't know. Honestly, like, before I started streaming Wiz, I really enjoyed just, like, casually questing, playing with friends. Maybe on my death, I would try to solo a couple hard bosses here and there, you know, instead of teaming up. It was also kind of like in the dead age of Wiz, I was playing, like, through some of the third arc and stuff, so, like, there were some fun bosses to solo, for sure. But what did Richard say? I think Wiz will be a lot more fun if you play it wearing a maid costume. What's up, Avalon? Appreciate it. I'm not playing in a maid costume. Like, and there's also, every game gets boring. At a certain point, I feel like the cycle of, like, stepping away from a game that, like, you get bored of the gameplay for a couple, you know, is fine. I mean, I do that shit. Wiz is my favorite game ever, and there's times where I don't want to look at this game. Even a game with, like, literally endless possibilities, like, even, like, a Minecraft, bro. Like, it's, like, it's, like, the 2-week Minecraft phase. You can't eat one meal for your entire life. It's not healthy. Oh. I did once duel an Armenian dwarf in single combat. What? Sup, loser. Alright, it only took an hour and 20 minutes, but we reached the freaking first quest of Celestia! I need to acquire some funds before I can go buy more accuracy jewels. So I guess we'll just quest for a little bit. How much money for a maid costume stream? The thing is, like, I have to keep it in the back pocket, you know? I gotta wait till I fall off really hard. And that'll be, like, that's kind of like my, like, nuclear option to, like, revive the stream if it ever dies, you know? If I ever lose all my motion, I know I got an ace in the hole I can bring you all back in with, right? It's the same with feet cam, right? Like, I can't just give it to you. I'd probably have to get, like, canceled first, and then that's how I'd, like, get you all to forgive me, you know? I did not, I said I will show the feat if I hit 100k before I graduate. Which is, I am well off pace of doing.
Wonderful work.
I am fully confident that will not happen. I just think crypto rug pull is, like, kind of unoriginal. You know? At this point, it's like it's been done before. I feel like I want to invent, like, a cooler, more niche scam, you know? I don't want to do something Logan Paul's done 5 times already, you know? I kind of want something cool. I'm trying to think of, like, a better scam. I'm thinking, like, fake gambling website could be pretty cool. Where, like, I make it off some, like, offshore account. And then I just, like, get you all to deposit. And then you can just never withdraw. I'm thinking, like, Sam Bankman-Fried meets CryptoZoo. But even that's kind of been done before. So I don't know. Ooh, WIZARD102 Kickstarter would be kind of fire. That'd be a good scam. Damn, that's kind of genius. Because you all would invest in that. That's actually really smart. I'm going to bank that one. I'll come back to that if I don't have any better ideas. Is selling a finance course too old-fashioned? I just don't wear, like, I don't have a nice enough quarter zip to pull that off. I feel like if I had, like, a more, like, defined quarter zip game, I could definitely pull that off. Become a professional chess player? And how would that help me? And what are we saying that would, like, be good for? Scamming? Is there a good chess player who scammed? The anal beads guy? Seriously, I watched, like, a video of Magnus Carlsen talking about that recently. I don't know why. These are really interesting. Where it's like, you think he would, like, actually, like, the butt plug was, like, a lot less sophisticated than a lot of people think. Like, a lot of people think the butt plug was, like, telling him what moves to make. But, like, really all you needed is, like, an amateur level knowledge of butt plug vibrations to, like, use it to cheat. Because, like, all you would need if you're, like, a Magnus Carlsen level chess player is, like, knowledge that the moment is important and spending more time, and it's a huge advantage. If, like, someone just buzzed the buzz plug when there was, like, a really crucial move that was, like, you weren't likely to see, just to inspire you to take, like, longer to sit there and look at it, would be, like, enough to be unbeatable as, like, a Magnus Carlsen level chess player. You use your butt plugs to... Okay. What's up, Yo-Yo Man? Do you do that while playing Wiz? I've thought about it. The problem is, like, the 30-second time limit makes it really hard. Like, if I had, like, was controlling my own time and I had, like, 20 minutes per battle and I could, like, allocate that to different moves, I think the butt plug strat could be useful. But considering I'm on, like, a 30-second timer, the actual advantage provided by the butt plug would be negligible, you know? I also could just, like, put up a buzzer on, like, my wrist or something, and you guys wouldn't know. So I wouldn't have to go the butt plug route. Who is the Magnus of Wiz? I don't think you could be the Magnus of Wiz. I don't think this game requires enough skill. What does, like, the best PvP players have as, like, a win percentage? Aren't you only winning at, like, 70% even if you're gross at PvP? Is the Darkmoor world good? I enjoyed it. Probably, like, B, A tier. There's a few really annoying fights, but, like, a lot of that was also because I played it without the wiki being updated, so I don't know. That's me with a 6-7. Okay, I don't think you actually have a 6-7 win rate. I think that's a funny number. Probably around 60%. That's crazy. No prisms. No dispels. I don't think dispelling here would be the play. I could be wrong. I don't know if the dispel tech would be great here. I love fizzling. Okay. Can I pull a... Okay, I can't even pull an AoE. I'm gonna pick off one of them. Ow. I think this pet is ass. I would be amazed. I guess I could look up its Gen 1 pool. It's gonna be ass. Ooh, he do kind of hit that shit though. He do be kind of hitting that shit though, which I think we have to factor into how good he is. I think that is an important detail, is that he do kind of be hitting that shit though. It's a free Quint pet? No way. I mean, do you think it has anything even useful in this pool? Thundersaurus Rex. Damn, that name does kind of go hard, though. That is also worth something. Thundersaurus Rex. It's like none of its talents are even known. And they're all ass. Storm Scout. would be terrible. Storm Shot, Windstorm Trained, Astute, and Tenacious are its only known talents. So, probably pretty bad. I think it's safe to say. Does it at least have Mana Gift? I sure hope so. Yeah, I kind of would have rather get the Will's Cast Pet. I think it's a little crazy they don't just give you the Will Cast Pet, but... what do I know? It guarantees you get Scout first. That sucks. That's ass. Windstorm Trained is not going to be tech. I mean, I guess it's better than Astute.
Who's this? An intruder. Let me get to my claws around you.
I also need to get Tower at some point here. Well, I guess I can just be a side deck warrior. I'm thinking of playing this game. I have fun playing it. I think you gotta be willing for like a slower based card game, but I have fun. Rip Jeffrey, too bad the cameras went off in Tard. Jeez. Jeez. Ba-da-ba! Ugh. Why? How am I at half health? Excusez-moi? What in the Sigma? Yo, Travs with the gifted. Appreciate it. Shout out. Probably have to Satyr here. No, I think I do this and then I Satyr. Yeah, that was a good play. That was a really lucky fire hit for us, too. It was pretty nice. Ice is good. I think Ice and Myth are probably tied for third best with this rule set. I think Death is obviously 1, Life is 2. Then I don't know. Would I rather play a Balance than a Fire? It's kind of a crazy take. I don't know if I would. Bruh. Bruh. Yeah, Ice's gear is also really good. Just like the gear you'll get dropped. You'll randomly get an ice robe that just has a shit ton of resist every once in a while. Which could be pretty clutch. That could have killed me. I think. Was that a wild bolt or is that a... I don't think that was actually a wild bolt. That was a spectral blast. Alright. Not even close. Never a doubt, baby. We were half health before the first turn was over. Not even close. Yeah, I lost my death run. I died to Cronus while trying to farm for gear. Dude, my nose is so fucked up. Ba-da-boo-boo-boo. Low-key with Arts Mastery, Ice maybe too. Nah, that's crazy. Although Ice is really good. The advantage you get with Life, though, is you get Outgoing Heal. On, like, Outgoing and Incoming. So, like, you heal so efficiently. Although Ice is definitely a lot closer to Life with Arch Mastery. Because you can also heal pretty effectively. I don't know. Because you do get a lot of resist. That's not a crazy take. I don't think I agree with it, but there is some validity to it. I like the idea. This challenge started an hour and 40 minutes ago. I created this wizard.
Very nice.
My death run, I lost.
You speak the Celestian words, and as you do, you feel a strange change coming over you.
I mean, ice, I don't know. I think ice is really hard. Because a lot of the, like, big like a Mirror Lake on an ice is probably pretty tough. It's harder to just tank your way through that shit. Whereas you would kind of just want, like, a little, like, enough damage to kill shit fast. And I don't know if you can kill stuff fast enough. Then again, you are really tanky, so I don't know. I haven't played enough second arc on every school to know. We're named after Marie Curie, who's the scientist who died for her radioactive studies or whatever. What would even be the strat with Storm? I think the strat with Storm, James, I appreciate the member, shout out, is taking it one world at a time. I think if we worry about the fact that Mirror Lake is basically impossible, you know, we gotta get there. I think on a Storm, it's about the journey, not the destination, right? I think that's what we gotta focus on. Just one more fight, you know? Just survive the next fight, and you'll make it through. Yeah, I can post the link to the playlist. I did not make it. It's just on YouTube. Oh, here it is. Should work. Just one more fight. That's all you need. Just make it through one more fight. I feel like this will be way harder without an AoE drain. Yeah. I don't think that's a controversial take. Kind of the point, though. Dude, our last run just got boring. Especially, like, just random Azteca bosses. Shit was not fun. Sure your challenge runs has been your favorite. I think the Storm Wizlocke was really fun for me. I think the Storm Wizlocke was the right amount of, like, everything. Where, like, it wasn't too grindy, but it also wasn't, like, too just RNG dependent, right? Like, there was the right amount of skill, kind of needing dumb luck. And it was like, it took the right amount of time, I think. Where, like, it took a couple months to beat, but, like, not, like, years. Pirate Lock was fun. I think Pirate Lock was really fun. I just, like, That's a good question. It's definitely not, like, pet only. Or, like... Just pet only was just so much time doing, like, where I think the video is really good. Like, I like how the video turned out, but, like, the actual act of, like, soft hooding isn't as fun to play. It's definitely still Storm. Although Storm is way less bad. It's still the worst. But I don't think it's, like, obviously worse than Fire. It can be better than Fire. I mean, Stormlord's really good. It's also just, like, you actually get more damage on your gear and stuff. So, like, you are actually a glass cannon. Which is pretty cool. Right? Actually getting to be a glass cannon's pretty sick. I think part of the problem with the Stormwalk too, which is like something I've realized that I've kind of changed how, like, I used to be really into, like, not really into, but like I just like wanted to make, like, focus on one video and one set of streams, which, like, I don't want to do, and I think it was actually stupid of me to try to do. Where it's like, I have to be willing to, like, not willing, but like Wednesday I'll probably do another Minecraft 360 run. I feel like a lot of my anger coming from, like, losing challenge runs was like, it was like I wouldn't get to upload a video then. Where I think I have to just, like, do more, like, content that I know I can turn into a video in between, like, big challenge runs, you know? I did buy the level 50 elixir, yeah. That also just helps me... Fuck. Star, sun, moon. It's also just helpful for, like, not trying to rush through stuff. And, like, having stupid deaths. A lot of my stupid deaths were, like, me trying to get through challenges faster, wanting to, get videos out. Where I think if I can have more, like, variety, I will be less worried about that. There's also just the fact of, like, it is so much easier to make, like, a drinking video. In that, like, it total time in, it's like 3 days of work. It's, like, really not. Like, the actual time requirement is so much less than, like, a big-ass challenge. Give me the fucking portal piece. What are we doing? Did I do it wrong? I totally did it wrong. Yeah, doing Arc 1 again, I just felt like was tedious. It's like, now that I've beaten it on a Storm, I feel like I can beat it on any class. Besides, maybe Balance could be an interesting Wizlocke eventually. But... yeah, I thought stars were the sun, which, like, isn't completely wrong, right? I wasn't completely off. The sun is a star. I don't know if you guys knew this. The 9 to 5 corporate streams were not fun. I also think one of the things I have to, like, do more is, like, if I'm, like, over a challenge, I need to just, like, switch the stream I'm doing. Which I've started doing, and it's made the actual process of streaming these challenges so much better. Because I used to just be like, screw it, run it right back, and it was like, that's when I would get, like, really demoralized. Especially, like, Prime Storm Wizlocke. There were times where I would lose a run, and I would, like, play for 9 hours straight trying to get back. And those streams were just, I don't think were very fun for me or anyone else. I would just be angry at chat the whole time. Dude, but it was like, I wouldn't have an upload. So it's like, I would, like, plan my week around beating the challenge, and then I would lose. And it's like, dang, now I don't have, you know? So it's like, it's hard in that way. That's why, like, something like a Wii Sports Challenge, where, like, the content isn't necessarily about me, like, surviving. Like, there's obviously, like, you can still fail. Like, I still fail some Minecraft streams or whatever. You know, I don't even get far enough where, like, I can make a video out of it. But it's less about, like, having to be good at the game, you know? Which sometimes is a problem for me, to be good at the game. Dude, I have a really good idea for a Switch game marathon. I think it might be the first stream that, like, it involves hot dogs. And I don't know. I think I have to wait to do it. I might do it over my spring break. I want to do a Switch marathon. I might only play Pokemon, though. I might, like, try to, like, only play Legends Arceus or something. Member tier thought? Subnautica Deathless? I've never played Subnautica. Another thing I've learned from experience, I learned this from the Halo Reach video and from the Pirate Nuzlocke, is trying to do Deathless challenges in games you've never played before never works. It never works. Never once has it actually worked out for me. I could, like, maybe I play Subnautica, and then after, maybe I play it just in, like, a casual stream or something, and then I try to Deathless it or something. If I, like, whatever, if that's, you know? Silk Song was another great example of, like, it's so toxic. I think Dark Souls would be great. I would have to play through, like, at least like the prequel to the game. Like, you have to at least have a knowledge of, like, how the game works and what you're supposed to do. When you're trying to figure out, like, basic game mechanics, and then you get punished for losing, or something like Halo Reach, where it's like, you know, to do, like, something like a Legendary Deathless Challenge, you probably want to work your way up of, like, you know, I think I would have beaten Halo Reach Legendary Deathless in a fraction of the time if I had started by beating it, like, started by beating the easiest difficulty Deathless, then going to the second hardest difficulty, and going to the third hardest difficulty. I think the way I, like, just brute forced it on the hardest difficulty the whole time was so dumb. Soul Link Whizlock could be fun. I don't know. It's hard with school and everything. Because even now, like, I feel bad because there's a lot of times where, like, people will invite me to do stuff, and then, like, I kind of, like, have to, like, whatever. Like, there's times where I just, like, gotta write my thesis, bro, and it's, like, I can't really get out of it. Maybe this summer once I graduate and I'm more structured in my life. Run an event like Slade Summer Showdown, but for Wizlocking? I think you would all cheat. I think you would all cheat, to be honest. Yo, Valite with the... What the fuck did I just do? Valite with the Prime, appreciate it. Just changed to a blank scene, that wasn't great. Make us stream it? I don't know. Like, what would I give rewards for? I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate the Prime, Valite. I like... You know... Competitions are also really hard because they're a lot of work. Be honest. I can't imagine how much work the Slade Summer Showdown was. When did you lose? I lost to Cronus last Wiz stream I did. Skadoosh. Fuck, dude. I need to, like, OD on NyQuil. Lean stream. I gotta sneeze, dude. How much would you need to OD on NyQuil? I think it's probably more, but at the same time less than you would think. And probably one bottle probably gets dangerous. I think one bottle probably gets pretty dangerous. I don't know. What's like a lethal amount of NyQuil? Anyone know how to get turned into a doll? Is this that? I don't even trust that. That could be a genuine question that just seems like a D's nuts joke or something offensive. I do not know. I'm doing my thesis on electric vehicles. I need my store mark. That's so funny. My thesis on why Zaret's thesis sucks. Okay. Do people care about your thesis? In what sense? Am I gonna revolutionize, like, the field? Probably not. But, like, I gotta do it. I have to, like, present it and defend it and stuff. Go watch the fight that broke out in the NBA? Like, just now? Or, like... in the Hornets game? Who knows? Wow. That was funny. Duncan Robinson. Loki had a Linsanity run in that one Heat play, I think. This is my first attempt of the new rules. We are kind of struggling on a storm. It's a lot harder with this rule set. What changed? All the rules are in the description. It's more in line with the, like, OG Wizlocke rules. Like, I'm not allowed to farm for gear. I can only do side quests so many times, that sort of stuff. My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Platinum. I'm a Gen 4 purist. I will never listen to any propaganda that Gen 4 isn't the best game. Chimchar is also the greatest Pokemon of all time. Don't listen to me. I love Chimchar. If I honestly would trade my life-size Gardevoir plush for a life-size Chimchar plush in an instant. What made you change back to the original rule set? I think I made the, like, old school rule set way too easy. With the idea of, like, I wanted to be able to beat it first try. Which was dumb. It wasn't as fun. It got really boring towards the end. Because I literally just, like, was unkillable. And I think there's elements of, like, not being able to farm for gear and that sort of thing that are kind of integral to a Nuzlocke that I was kind of just missing. What's up, Junebug Jane? I appreciate it. How are you feeling after the game yesterday? I talked about this at the start of stream. Of like, yeah, it sucked. Yeah, they laid an egg. Yeah, could you say things aligned to get them to that game? yeah, did they definitely overperform like what they are, you know? But at the same time, like, I think the criticism of like that is a little stupid. Like, I'd rather, and I think the Seahawks were the better team. You know, and I don't think I have two things. One, I think Drake May was hurt. I think his shoulder was fucked up or something. Or he was either that or he was just rattled, which I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, they were getting pressure on him, but dude was missing throws. He hasn't missed all year. Like, badly. Like, just missing open players. Right? And maybe that was, like, the line not protecting him. I don't know. But it's like, I would rather overachieve and lose in the Super Bowl, even if you kind of got handed to you a little bit, than, like, lose in the first round. You know? It's the LeBron argument, bro. Like, are you really going to hold it against them that they made it farther than they should have? When you watch football, how do you know which one is Drake May? He's number 10. And he's the guy who throws the ball in the Patriots. He's the best looking one. Yeah, and honestly, I'm happy for Sam Darnold, dude. It brings me a lot of joy that a Jets quarterback won the Super Bowl. I think that is funny. Good for you, Sam Darnold. LeBron's final wins are owned to Kyrie and Ray Allen. Just like the craziest take of all time. Just like the worst take ever. Dalton Prescott. Dak Prescott. Jeff died. They cut the security cams and Kronos killed him. They cut the security cams and Kronos got him. Allegedly. Do I think Jeff is still alive? No. He died to Kronos. The run is dead. How do you feel about the fact I haven't played Wiz in a decade and suddenly put in 60 hours in the past 3 weeks? That's usually how it goes, to be honest. And then you're gonna, like, in, like, probably a week or two, you'll, like, get really far in the game. And you'll probably burn out and get really tired of it. And then you'll remember it exists again in 6 months and you'll get addicted to it again. This is the average life cycle of WIZARD101. You've cursed yourself for the rest of your life to randomly remember this game exists every couple of months and come back and play it. It is like the 2-week Minecraft phase. It's like most games, though, I feel. They need to put a potion vendor in every world. I think if I was the mayor of KingSisle for a day, if I was principal at King's Isle for a day, I would make it so you could buy potions from the crown shop for gold. Screw it, dude. Put them at a little bit of a premium. You know, if you don't want to go to the fairgrounds or the Arcanum, you know, make them 1.25 times more gold. Make them cost crowns. 5,000 crowns per potion's fair. That seems legit. It's too bad Miles Bridges is on that team. The character slot limit just doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense that they can make you pay for it, but I feel like the average person is just gonna go make another account. So, like, King's Eye would probably make the same amount of money if they just, like, made it so you can make as many characters as you want. People would just have... I don't think it would change much. I guess then you wouldn't have access to the shared bank, but I don't know. Yeah, pets and stuff sucks, but... What is your skincare routine? Mostly blood from, you know, the sacrifices. I bathe in.
Great work.
The trick to having more than 2 max wizards is having started playing 15 years ago. And just never really stop. It also helps if you, like, start streaming this game. That usually helps with getting your hours up. Is Jose Alvarado still in the league? There's no way. I started 4 months ago and have 390 hours with dual boxing. I really hope that means you're like quad boxing and you only have like 90 hours. Even that's a ton of whiz. 390 hours in 4 months would be insane. That's a lot of whiz. I don't think that's like a healthy amount. 390 tracked on Steam? Bro, how? In 4 months?
You treat the power motes within a star forge.
What, 4 months? Call that 16 weeks? What's 16 divided by 390?
Those should do perfectly. I will.
I mean, I guess it's 24 hours a week. That's a lot. think when I streamed this game full time last summer, I guess I streamed other games, but like I don't think I was averaging 25 hours of Wiz a week. A lot of Wiz. I AFK'd for couch potatoes, a fair amount of it. Okay. That would explain a lot. If you're AFKing for couch potatoes, even for like 2 or 3 nights, that's already like 24 hours. I mean, the Slade Summer Showdown I played for 100 hours in 10 days. I wanted to die. And I was like actually affecting my mental health. What's up, Empire? Where am I taking you guys for Valentine's Day? When is Valentine's Day? It's the 14th. Is that a weekend? Is that Saturday? Wow, it's on a Saturday too. Maybe we'll play dating sims. How about that? We'll do a dating sim stream. Is there a dating sim stream or like some game like in that vein that's not just like is slightly less like gooner infested? Are there any like dating sim type games that are like funny? Sakura Swim Club. Don't think that is the direction we're gonna go. Can you imagine? Should I make a kick account and we play? Dude, that would be such a funny bit. What is dispatch? What is it? Deal or no deal for the Wii? You think there's any Wii dating sim games? There's no way. Is there anything like in that vein on the Wii? That would be really funny. I don't know what a Telltale game is, to be honest. Shit! I forgot to mark! Oh, Thornton! Shenron? What is that? It'd be kind of cool to actually use the Switch I bought games. Shenron? What the fuck is this? I want to play... If I was gonna do a dating sim, it has to not just be like the most gooner bait thing ever. Which I know is kind of like... antithetical. But I would want it to be less just like... blatant gooner baity. You know what I mean? Nah, it's chill. I don't even want to fight. Have I ever played Doki? I don't even want to read these. What is this? What is a literature club? What do you mean, have I ever played this? See, this is what I don't want to play. If actually, this is a great example of a game that doesn't appeal to, like... What the fuck is this? Why would you ask if I played this? Who do you take me for? It's a psychological horror game. No, it is not. If you haven't played it, you actually should. It is not a horror game. There's no way. I refuse to believe that. It's peak. It is, but in the shock value way. Is it a game I could play on stream? Super Seducer? Isn't that the one where it's like actual videos? I actually think I know that one. Where it's like you pick stuff and then they're actual, like, it's like a doorman video. We could do that one. Super Seducer might be funny. I think that's also a good one. Yeah, because it's like meant to be serious, but like, it's not, you know? Super Seducer, How to Talk to Girls. Which one's the best? Super Seducer 1, 2, or 3? What's the best of the trilogy? Do all 3? Super Seducer Nuzlocke. Now that's content. I really need to go just buy this accuracy thing. Only cans? That scares me.
The shark must have used this place to hide a
Thornton.
cache of mosaics.
Thornton.
Perhaps to barter with.
How do I skadoosh my way over to it? Do I have a... Oop. I gotta market this guy. What is date everything? I don't know what that is. We are not doing one world per stream. I have to study. I have a test tomorrow. That I need to not... I kind of need to not throw on. Need to not throw for content. It's an econ test. I kind of need to not... I mean, I'm prepared for it, but I should probably look over my stuff again before I go to bed and in the morning. I, like, just can't remember to mark. I think my brain is deteriorating. There's a lot of just talking. How many talent tokens is it, though? Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, I'm just not going to be able to unlock it. There's no way I get 5 storm tokens. That's crazy. That's like 5 storm pets to ultra. And that probably won't even be the limiting factor. Crazy. You know? Holy shit, this is a lot of just questing around. It isn't even guaranteed to get a storm token drop. Dude, the grind to get vampire trained on my death was like absurd. And I had a couch potato farm and used pet promenade. It would be great tech though. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. I would like... Maybe I'll do another Pokemon lock. I thought about doing an egg lock. Where I, like, have some funny punishments that are egg-related or something. But I don't know. We'll see. It's funny now, the Pokemon the Drunken Nuzlocke has become, like, one of the better, like, performing videos on my channel. Which is funny, because that video initially bombed. Over time, that video has done really well, and it was just crazy because it was like did not do well initially. It very much was like initially like, okay, maybe that was a bad idea. It wasn't a great video. The ending of that video is so epic too. Alright, we can do this. Drunken Wizlocke would be lit. It would be really hard. It would be really tough. I need to go get potions.
Come on, boys. Fresh meat.
Just because of how long it is. You know? I thought about doing an egg lock where, like, every death I spin a wheel and have to eat eggs, and, or, like, maybe every Pokemon death I have to eat a raw egg or something. But I think that gets... I don't think that would be great. Pokemon egg lock, but every... whatever, I either eat a raw egg or get it, like, cracked on my head or some shit. I don't really want to do just a normal egg lock though, because I feel like it's like been done so many times before. Oh, fuck. You need to frame it as like a show like Drunk Lock? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what was I coming for? Oh, I need jewels. I need the jewel. Throw it in this. Right. Got a little bit more accuracy now. Monotype challenge? Am I real? I mean, I'd like to think so. Maybe I do a video where I, like, have 7 chimchars, or 6 chimchars, and I try to beat a game or something, I don't know. This is my first try with the new rules. It's my second arc Wizlocke, but this rule set's a lot harder. We also randomly got a storm on the wheel. Isn't the best. We're already half health. Pokemon Platinum with 6 Vaporeons. I want to do like another Pokerogue challenge maybe. I've been playing some Pokerogue again. I think there could be a fun challenge in there. Of course he's immune. Why wouldn't he be? He'd be like, who was the guy? Does the guy still do, like, can you beat all of Pokemon game with X Pokemon? Are those videos still being made? Can you beat Pokemon only using Ditto? What was that guy's name? Dude, there's so many of these. Can you beat Pokemon Red with Blue with only a Ditto? Can you beat Pokemon Violet with just one Ditto? Can you beat Pokemon Crystal with only a Ditto? Can you beat Pokemon Sword with just one Ditto? There's like endless of these. Madrybred. Can I beat... Yeah, this guy's like endless amount of these, bro. Damn, bro. 6.3k videos is wild. Boop, boop. I died to Cronus.
Thank you.
I got dunked on. Thoughts on the new spring update teasers for Wiz? Bro, I don't even know.
You were about to.
I'm so out of the loop with Wiz stuff, to be honest. But for real, can Storm do this? I think Storm definitely is an underdog. That being said, is it impossible? Okay, could you hear that? I don't think you could. I don't know why Pipe's not working. Did it work? It did? Okay, sick. Was it too loud? It does not need to be louder. I don't think that's true. Mentioned my Storm solo Celestia bar the last dungeon. Yeah, I mean, I think like with great RNG, it's definitely possible. I mean, theoretically, you could get every gear drop you want. You could, you know, get insane Mirror Lake luck, and you know, got all the other hard fights, and just get, you know, it's possible. We're definitely not the favorite this time around. I think on the death run, we were the favorite for most of the fights. I don't think we're the favorite for every fight in this run, but... Alright, I'll turn the volume up a little bit. I'll give you 10 more points to the game. How about that? No more. That's all you're getting. Be grateful. There are kids out there who don't get any extra gain added to their pipe. There are chats out there who don't get any extra gain. Zareth, today in my ethics class, there was a kid who looks just like you and was being annoying as hell about playing devil's advocate. No, that was me. That was me. Not to play devil's advocate. Not to play devil's advocate. What was he playing devil's advocate about? What do you do in an ethics class? What do you discuss? The ethics of what? Clavicular versus ASU frat leader. My roommate has been making jokes about that. My roommate, I mean, the dynamics of that all. I learned what frame mogging was. It's so tragic that Clavicular got frame mogged and now is withering away. This is so sad. I can't believe he got frame mogged by the ASU frat president. You never meet your heroes, you know? Never meet your heroes. Ants categorical imperative. What does that mean? Like, I know what that means, but like for the rest of chat, like who maybe isn't as like well versed in ethics and maybe not as well read as I am. Did I not do this? No. I don't think this is a chat of scholars. I don't actually think that's true. Gooning, maybe. I think we're in the top 1% of gooners. I would give you guys that. What would you do if when you're okay, he said yes, would you go? What? Yeah, I'm in my last semester of my undergrad. I'm just trying to get my degree, man. I'm actually thinking about not working and just getting into the empowered day trading market. Ooh, that's actually my plan post grad. Empowered day trading. That or frame mogging at ASU are kind of my two options I'm looking at. Act based on the morals of societal norms, and anything outside of those actions is unjust. I just don't think that's very smart. What the fuck? I think you should act in the best interest of the elite, and with me being the elite, you know? I think actually as a chat, if we could... Holy fuck, I'm gonna lose. This isn't good. Do I have any pixies? Maybe I just kill. Not even close, baby! Big damage number is all you need, baby. They can't finish you off if they're dead. It's as simple as that. Easiest game of my life, not even close. Wow, okay. This run's I think we can beat Celestia. Definitely not tonight, but I think on this character we got a good chance. Right? That's probably harder than the Trial of Spheres. Probably? Definitely. I think people say that actually a lot.
You swap the star Celestia into the grand astrolabe.
These boots. Some of the worst looking boots I've ever seen. I've ever laid my eyes on. Alright. I think this is a good place to call it. We got the first guy done. We almost just died because I was playing too fast. I think this is a good place to call it. Tomorrow I will be live a little bit earlier and we'll finish Celestia. But I think this is a good ending point. We're closing in on 3 hours. Thoughts on the storm run? I think we might be cooked. I think we could be cooked. I think this is a reality we have to live with. But we were not cooked today. And we will, you know, we just gotta make it one more stream. One more stream every stream, and eventually you get to Morgan. Alright. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. How did LeBron get here? Okay. Sure. Awesome. Okay. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I will be live at like 5 or 6 EST. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.